Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack. Today is another LEGO weekly news update. Now before I get into the rumor list for 2017 or the LEGO holiday train that was revealed, I want to talk about everything we learned from Star Wars Rogue One sets. There's a little bit of good news, and with that there was kind of a little bit of bad news. The good news is we know the names, prices, and piece count of all the new Star Wars Rogue One sets, but the bad news is that all of the official pictures of them were taken down by LEGO. Even though they're being released pretty soon in September, LEGO's not quite ready to release the pictures to the public. But guess what? Disney was certainly ready to release the new Rogue One trailer, so I'm going to read off all of the information I know about the Rogue One sets, and you guys can check out clips of the trailer as I do that. The smallest set is the Imperial Assault Hover Tank 75152. It's got 385 pieces and will sell for $30. 3 minifigures included with Chirrut Îmwe, as well as 2 Imperial Hover Tank pilots. And apologies if I say a character's name wrong, I'm not really going to bother to learn how to say it until of course I see the movie. Alright, and I'm moving up the sets just by size. So the next biggest one is the AT-ST Walker, coming in at 449 pieces. It's going to sell for $40, and it comes with the AT-ST Driver, a Rebel Trooper, and Baze Malbus. Alright, and moving up the list, we get the TIE Striker set number 75154. It has 543 pieces and will retail for $70. Included are 4 minifigs, an Imperial Trooper, Imperial Ground Crew, TIE Pilot, as well as a Rebel Trooper. This is the set I'm probably looking forward to the very most. We have the Rebel U-Wing Fighter 75155. It has 659 pieces and will also sell for $70. It includes Bistan, a Rebel Trooper, a U-Wing Pilot, as well as Cassian Andor and Jyn Erso. And this next set I think is my second favorite and the largest. It is Krennic's Imperial Shuttle 75156. It'll be made of 863 pieces, will sell for $90, and includes a bunch of minifigs. We get K2 So, Bodhi Rook, Pow, Director Krennic, and 2 Imperial Death Troopers. Now I'm not gonna lie, I have the pictures of the actual sets. I'm just not allowed to show them to you guys right now. I don't feel like getting on the wrong side of LEGO, but I can say I'm looking forward to these sets a lot, and we'll be able to break down the sets a little bit better in one of the news episodes as soon as all of the official pictures are allowed to be released. But you know what official images were released? The ones for the new holiday train set. This will be one of the 2 direct-to-consumer sets that will be available for VIP members mid-September, and I gotta say, it's looking like a really nice little set. And by little set, I mean a 734-piece set selling for $100. Maybe I just said it was little because the train just looks so nice, small, and compact, but really it is chocked full of details. There's a lot of great builds for toys. I really like that little robot build, and it comes with a lot of track pieces. This is going to be something that I think would be great to put around the base of a Christmas tree. And these are clips from the designer video that LEGO released just a few days ago, and if you want to learn more about the set, I highly suggest watching this video. Now, as I mentioned before, September is going to have 2 direct-to-consumer sets being released in the middle of the month, this holiday train being one of them, and considering September seems really like a Star Wars themed month, there's a very good chance that we're getting a very large Star Wars set. Rumor has it might be the new Death Star. And speaking of rumors, there's been quite a lot of buzz on the Eurobricks forum. CM4Sci and others have released quite an extensive list of set names throughout a variety of themes. There's frankly just too much to cover, and remember, these are technically still rumors, they're not all 100% accurate, but over 80 specific names for sets have been revealed in 13 different themes, as well as over 100 sets being laid out, not so specifically named, but you get the idea. This pretty much lays a groundwork for what you can expect at least for the first half of 2017. Based on just the names of the sets, I am most excited for, well, of course, Star Wars. There's definitely some cool looking stuff over there, and I think there's a lot of really awesome stuff to look forward to in the city theme as well. Those are just my 2 personal preferences, but you guys definitely should check out the list. And I guess to add a little bit of legitimacy to this particular rumor set list, one of them on the list has actually been revealed, and that is the city fishing boat here. All we have to go off is just the picture. We don't know the price or part count, but this could be a fun little set for sure. I like the inclusion of all the different kinds of fish. But let's move on with LEGO news. Now, I guess it's time to get into LEGO Ideas. If you don't know what LEGO Ideas is, it's a website where you submit your creations and maybe it'll turn into a LEGO set if you're lucky. It needs to get 10,000 votes in order to go to the review stage. And this week, no new sets were accepted to the review stage, but LEGO did announce that there is a 10,000 club. Basically, what this means is anybody that got voted into the review stage with the 10,000 votes that they need, LEGO then proceeds to interview them. They have a set of questions, and the interview is transcribed onto the Ideas site blog section. Here you can learn all about the builder, their creative process, what inspires them, and they also have tips and advice on how to make a good project that might be accepted for 10,000 votes. Also, I may have forgotten to mention this episode, but you can find links to everything I'm talking about in this episode in the description below. So if you want to learn more about any of this stuff, it is all right there below the screen. And the last thing I want to talk about right before we get into the custom creation segment is there is a Lego pop-up book that is now available for pre-order on Amazon. It's only 10 pages, but each pop-up page looks pretty spectacular. From the looks of it, it seems kind of like a tour through the Lego universe. It gives you a bit of history, and there seem to be a lot of really fun little functions that are kind of hidden throughout all the pages. Okay, that was just the last little bit. Now let's check out the custom creations. These are just some of the cool things that I happen to notice throughout the week. Now, I usually try to stay pretty current with the builds that I happen to see, but my brother sent me a video link to this build that I couldn't help but put in. I think it was built about a year ago, and as far as I know, it is titled Dragon Butterfly Jet by John V. Muntean. When you check out his site, you realize the builder makes these magic angle sculptures out of a variety of material, and it's really cool that he decided to do one out of Lego. Not only do all three light projections look really nice, but the speckled colors and sort of odd shape of the build itself make it kind of a cool looking art display even on its own without the projector. This build is called Firebird by VSefrem. According to the builder, this is an animal that's very popular in both Slavic and Russian tales. I'm kind of at a loss for words as to how good this bird and tree actually look. I don't think I've seen a color transition quite this smooth in Lego before. The trans studs on the tail blend really nicely, and there's some very distinct pieces that show off parts of the bird, both cleverly and with great effect. Those printed shield pieces look great for the wings, and we have a wonderful layering effect for the small feathers on the underside of the neck and sort of the breast of the bird. And aside from the fact that this is probably one of the best Lego birds I've ever seen, it's resting on a tree that's been detailed in a way that I've also never seen before. It's not easy to make flat rectangular pieces look organic, but this builder has managed to do it. Now, more often Lego buildings and structures have been catching my eye, and this week this one in particular really stands out. It's called Le Blue Bar by Kloou. According to the builder, it is inspired by a French comedy, and though I completely don't understand the context of this, I can still completely appreciate the awesomeness of this build. We have excellent lettering and signage on the front. I really appreciate the half brick on the bottom and a nice baby blue on the top, as well as all the great details by the entrance. The tough looking bouncer and the slot in the door really give it a feeling like it's kind of a seedy joint. The back is simple, but what you might expect. There's a small dumpster, as well of course a back door. But here's where it gets really interesting. You can slide the wall open, much like a door. It's not where the entire build just bisects in half. And I think this is better. It definitely keeps the interior a lot more intact, and it's a lot easier to appreciate the build as a whole on the inside. And there's some really great details to appreciate as well. Behind the register, you can see a gun sticking out of a drawer, and perhaps you can guess what that floating trans yellow piece is supposed to be in the bathroom. There is a bar and lounge at the top, and if I'm not mistaken, this looks like a perfectly sized modular build. So if you did indeed have a modular Lego city, this could fit in very easily. This thatched hut atop a tree was built by the designers alego. Now there are a few very interesting build points, most notably the entire roof is made out of, yes, bananas. By the looks of it, there's probably a couple of hundred in there, and the effect looks really good. It looks like it could be a grass roof, or maybe even covered by palm tree leaves or something. And another really great build point of the hut is that the sort of Lincoln log style outside is actually made of a bunch of brown Technic connectors. Not too often people use Technic pieces to have something look organic, but it works really well in this case, and it's nice to see something that's built so often in Lego reimagined in yet another way that looks great and is entirely original. Okay, that is it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember, tune in same time next week for another LEGO Weekly News Update. And if you enjoy our content, you can always like this video or subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn anything more about all the stuff I was talking about, I have left links in the video description below for everything. Other than that, this episode is definitely over now. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time at BrickVault.